So this is the working of the Morse code. Uh, so Morse code is basically the the language uh, used with the sign to communicate with each other. So Morse code was discovered by Samuel Morse and Alfred Bell. So we are using the Morse code with the LED bulb so the user can interpret our message. So we have used the nano inbuilt LED, and the push button is attached at the pin number 2 and the 3. When the user press the push button, our Morse code starts, and according to our interpretation and the code that we have used, the bulb glows. So here is the small small thing, like this is my code for Morse code for my name. Uh, these are the dashes and dots. Dashes represent the bulb is at high stage, whereas the dot represent bulb is at low. So a combination of these help us to make a particular letter. Like two dashes represent the letter M, and vice versa. Like two dots and one dash represents the letter U. So this is the bulb. Like when the bulb glows, the user interprets like the as bulb glows, so there is a dash. So for few seconds, like a blink of an eye, the bulb goes down. It means there is a break, and again it's set as high state. It means there is a representation of letter M. And for the letter U, like it's dot dot and dash. So for longer for longer dots, there will be a high duration of low state of bulb, and as between these two dots, a bulb will blink a small high state. So the user can interpret that next symbol is represented, and similarly according to the code it is used. And so we will further see our code on our laptop. We have developed. So this is really the basic code. So firstly we have declared a pin number at LED 13. So the user maybe know that we have used the inbuilt pin over here. So we have used an index over here and a volatile. This keyword is basically to mention change with an external factor such as an interrupt or a hardware interaction. Means key means like there is a push button or there is an action done to an hardware. So according to that condition, we have used a volatile over here. So furthermore, we have used the button over pin number 2. So we have also used the interrupt for our code. So we will be discussing it in further. So the pin number 2 is used because we have to use the interrupt, and in our Arduino Nano or in all the Arduino, the interrupt basically works on only two pins, either 2 or 3. So here we have taken a name over here. um, so this is string type and its name is variable name is name, and here is my name. Okay, so we have created the boolean statement. Means this statement is basically stated as false. If it's true, then our code will run. So basically either it's true or false condition we can use in our code to enhance it more probably. Here we have declared the pin number, that is LED pin, uh, which is giving us output, and we have declared the pin mode of our button, um, that is input pull up. uh, Now over here we have been using an attachment interrupt or digital interrupt. Basically the interrupt is an event over which we can use the start and falling. Before coming to it, let's begin to our uh, normal code. So for this event you may recognize as an it's an event done as an external factor, so our code run according to it. Okay, so this is the serial begin dot serial dot begin 9600 is the serial baud rate. It basically helping in the communication between our laptop and our Arduino Nano. So this is also related to interrupt. So interrupt is hard topic, we will discuss it later on. So over here I have declared some two slots like time of dot and time of dash. This is appearing how much time my light will be off, means it will be for the 200 milliseconds and 600 millisecond according to it. So in void loop I have stated that like is button on means uh, like I jump to. Okay, if my button is on, then my code run accordingly. Here it will take serial dot print ln, it will be printing my name, and over here it will be blinking my username. uh, so this is the function that I have made, and is button on false. So let's go over to my function. So over this function is basically the name to interrupts I have used. So I have done one thing over here, I have declared the for loop, and the current index that we stated earlier is volatile and its value is 0. The current index is less than the name dot length is name. Okay, so name is a variable which contain a name molek. So it will be uh, like this is the basically like an array, like in array like we state the array size 5. Suppose we stated the array size 5. Okay, so now what will happen, it will the loop will go on forward till less than array size, but we have to declare it up to n times. Similarly over here it is the name dot length. uh, okay, so the loop will continue till less than n. Like over here my let me show you, my name is Mouik. Okay, so like an array it starts from 0 index 0, then 1 2 3 4 and 5. Actually it do contain 6 letters, but it has the loop has to go less than that. So we have declared it, and after each iteration our loop current index will increment. Suppose our current index is at 0, like here over here it has 0. When the loop over, okay, hear this point carefully, when the loop over, so our current index will again increment with 1. Current index plus plus means it will increment by one number. So now 0 will become 1 2 3 5 till this condition. If this condition continues, like it becomes 6 and 6 is less than 6, which is not in which that condition is not true, so the loop breaks. So I have blinking characters over here. So we have, so before discussing it, let's discuss the dot blinking. So for dot blinking we have used the digital write, like the LED pin inbuilt 13 high, then the time of the dot will display, means it till the time of it will be displaying from 200 milliseconds, and suddenly from uh, high dashes, like dash will be for 600 and so on. So this is the main character, our blinking character, as the loop continues. Okay, so before going into the loop, I would like to discuss it over here. So this is the basic function over here. I have made a blinking character function in which there is a char current name, means it would be taking an input as an current. If my character, like I have put a character m, all the if conditions will be going on, and it will be searching through it. Like I have as I stated, I have put a character m over here. Suppose m, it will go a b c d e f g h, and till it find m, the loop breaks, and the m character loop is blinked. Like m character dot or dashes, it's according to our basically Morse code. So for better explanation, let me tell you over here. So okay, so Morse code. Okay, so this is my Morse code chart over here. Uh, as you can see, so I have passed it to the letter M. As you can see, there are two dashes over here. See, where is my mouse? There are two dashes. Okay, so we have called the dash function two times. Here it is. So this is the working of our blinking characters function. So now let's come on to our loop. uh, Let me increase its size. Okay, so our current index is suppose 0, and according to my character, suppose it's being 0 greater at current index name. So at name current index is 0. Like according to array, it's character m, then the m character is passed in my blinking character, and it will search for m. If it's found m, then it will print, uh, it will basically generates the light according to my name. And so this was the function, and there will be a delay of 1 second basically for each character. Like like m LEDs are displayed, then there will be a time duration for it accordingly. So further going to it. Okay, so I had told you, like we were talking about an interrupt. So if, like, I have pressed the button, the code executed and it's break. But now we want that during the execution, if I press the button, then the execution must be restarted. So for that, we have used an attach interrupt. Attach interrupt is basically uh, an interrupt which uh, which occur according to an external environmental condition on our hardware. So interrupts play a vital role, uh, as this made our Morse code an event driven programming code. So interrupt is basically a signal that puts normal flow of program to execution to respond according to a specific event. Okay, so like we press the button, and the microcontroller holds its ongoing operation and execute the designated interrupt service. Okay, uh, interrupt service routine. Then interrupt service routine is also short form as ISR, that resumes its regular activities. This mechanism is basically crucial as it allows intermediate responsive to an external event. Okay, So like our code is running, and in between the code there is an external event on our hardware. Then according to our hardware we have called an interrupt and started the following function. Okay, this we have the syntax is basically we have to firstly mention the pin over here, then the start function, and the following is as go it from high to low, and but between it goes from low to high. Okay, as I also stated that 2 and 3 pin are in our Arduino. So we have again started the true function over here. Now the basic condition is that while the execution, if we press, then this attach interrupt function is called, and it is called by our button attached at pin number 2, which execute two parts, start and falling. The falling is not to be mentioned over here, as I have stated the start, so it would be starting from that position. Okay, so the start is I have created over here, as earlier the button was false. When the we press, the condition switch to true. So for the boolean case the condition will be true, as the suppose during the iteration the our current index reached during the for loop it reads suppose 3 index, then it will be again shifted to 0 index. It's basically shifting a particular conditions so that our code will be run executed started again. So this was the explanation. So let's do a small recap. We have declared the pin number 13 and the index from which our code will be executed. Okay, so we have also mentioned the button at which our button will be conducted on the pin, and we have stated the condition as false, and we have a pin mode, a button pin, and attach interrupt over here, which will be helping during the execution in between our code. And we have the serial begin monitor at 9600 baud rate, which will be consisting of start functions over here, which will be called, and we have declared the delay period of dash means how much time dot will be displayed, how much time dash will be displayed during the light. Dot is basically the low state of the bulb, uh, whereas the time of dash is the high state of the bulb. uh, Comments it over here. This is the loop in which I have printed my name, so my name will be Maulik will be printed over here, and the blinking username function will be called. The blinking username function is basically using uh, earlier it uh, the blinking username function is basically consisting the for loop, in which the I have set it the current index as 0, and the current index must be less than the name dot length. It will be getting name dot length because our length always the loops runs less than the original length, because we do have to it's basically like an array, as I earlier stated as the concept of an array over here. So we have also used the blinking character over here, we in which like current index is 0, then the name, like our name Maulik at index 0 will be passed in our blinking characters code, and it will search accordingly, like it will be searching m, then the m will be printed, and according till the last index, till this condition become false, like 6 is less than 6, which is not true. Then the loop will break. So this was the execution, and this was the small small loops which help in reducing the workload. So we have created the function over here.